Hey guys, welcome back to the Duel Links Entertainment YouTube channel. I'm back with another episode of Meta Analysis, and today we are going to be going over Heroes, a personal favorite deck of mine, and a recently tournament explosive deck as we've seen on this past week's power rankings. So to join me to talk about Heroes, I have invited one of the guys who has been committed to Heroes' success in the power rankings, Arrix. What's up, man? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hey, what's up? Hi guys, I'm Arrix. I'm a French player on Duel Links, Speedwell and TCG. I've been playing Hero deck since it came out on Duel Links and for 1 year on TCG. Now I'm back on Duel Links because of the global pandemic, and playing the Hero deck in tournaments since months right now. I did 13 tops with the deck and won Battlefield 51. So I will share with you my experience with the deck today, and now let's get into it.
Yeah, definitely. So some of the hero cards are old, some of them are new. So what are the hero cards in our deck doing?
So the Hero deck is pretty much a going second OTK deck. You got Stratos now, you got the Vision Heroes with Faris and Increase with the combo with Vion. You got High Attack Monster with Trinity, and going for huge OTK potential. So pretty much the goal of the deck is to OTK quick and fast the opponent.
Nice. So what about Heroes right now makes them really good? Because they've had some of these cards for a while, and even the new support took a while for them to really find success. So why are Heroes popping off right now?
I think the fact that Konami released Vion at 3 and Stratos at 3 boosts the consistency of the deck really well. And with the new box, Faris and Increase are now an easy access to make your combos without even normal summon. You play and dodge the back row. So I think it's pretty solid now. It's pretty consistency. So that's why the deck is back to the top, and Stratos is way too strong for Duel Links, in my opinion. This card was banned in TCG for ages, and now it's back in TCG. It's on Duel Links, and it's so strong. It can destroy back rows without even targeted. It can add one hero monster when you normal or special summon. It's not even once per turn, so I mean, man,
right.
That's huge.
So let's talk about that for a second, right? Stratos, one of the new additions to Heroes. Unfortunately, right now it's only obtainable through the selection box, so there's kind of like that.
Yeah,
you have to get around
expensive.
If you want to play Heroes. Very expensive. You're going to need 3 if you want to play it optimally, and alongside him, you need 2 of the Vision Heroes from the new box, like you stated, Vision Hero, Faris, and Increase, and they help with your combos. And then the rest are all heroes we've seen before. We got Militia, Celestial, Vion, and Plasma. And yes, like you mentioned, very important, Vion was removed from the limited 1 list, so now you can run as many as you like without it conflicting with your limited cards.
Yeah, basically you need 2 of each Vision heroes to your in your deck. Making your combo, you only need 1 Faris and 1 other hero in hand, and you can go for the OTK with Trinity on board. So 5,000 attack and attack 3 times on the board. So that's pretty much it.
Right.
But
so
the deck can OTK, but it can also play grindy with other decks. We're gonna see that later.
So really quickly, let's go over some of the other cards like Mass Change and the extra deck.
Okay, Mass Change. I think Mass Change is one of the best card in the deck. It's like a quick play spell, so you can play around like Void Trap, or you can play around Floodgate. When you summon your monster, you chain Mass Change and going for the OTK, special summon your Anki, and even special summon your Blast when you summon Stratos, and Blast are gonna bounce 1 back row from the field to the end. So I think it's okay, it's good.
Yeah, pretty powerful stuff. So now, for heroes to survive in the current meta, definitely, right, they're going to need techs to do well in the tournament metas, right? So what techs are beneficial to heroes?
I think one of the most powerful techs right now is World Legacy Clash. Why? This is another quick play spell. You can play it from the end when you want in the damage step. You can play offensively, defensively. You can play with plasma because you can, vanish your plasma and then refresh. The fact you can stack one of the monster on the field, so pretty strong. You can make a lot of things with this card. So I think this is the card you're gonna use most of the time. If you don't want to use Trunade, because at least all Legacy Clash is semi-limited, you can use Legacy Clash 100% sure. It's so strong in the deck, so powerful, so powerful.
All right, so that's Clash and Trunade we got for the text. All right, so let's talk about the list we have on screen and another list we'll talk about later. So, what about this list works so well for heroes?
So you are talking about the classic one?
Yes, classic heroes. Plasma is the first card in it.
Yeah, I think Plasma is like your win condition. It's like you have to play Plasma. It's a skill drain on the field. You can suck one monster. Plasma is so strong, and you can only play with Trinity and Key. Is like the other win condition you're gonna need to win the duel. So you can see the pretty classic deck list. Maybe this one was the most powerful, the most played in the KC cap, because you can just wipe the back rows with Trunade, with Blast, with Stratus, and going for the OTK on the going second. So that's why the deck going first place and second place on the KC cap, pretty aggressive.
Right, and for those who don't know, Destiny Hero Plasma is a level 8 Dark Warrior whose effect is it can be summoned by tributing 3 monsters, and then when it hits the field, all monster effects your opponent controls are negated, and then it takes control of one of your opponent's monsters and gets half its attack. So pretty insane win condition, and it's a powerful threat, and it's a pretty versatile one at that, and that is really what adds to the strength of heroes, the Plasma play always being a threat. Alright, so
for sure.
Was that all you had to say about this deck?
Yep.
Okay, so we can talk about our second deck, which... oh, by the way, what is the skill for this deck?
Oh, it's Grit.
Grit, okay. Just for clarification, so you're using Grit with this. Trunade, you're really going for the OTK. So, the second deck list that we have, and one that I found very interesting, was this build playing Chaos Dragon Levianeer. So tell me a little bit about this and what's different about it.
So basically, you can see on the list, I don't main Trunade, but I play World Legacy Clash, TTH, Levianeer, and Voltic. So it's basically more like a grind version and a control version of the heroes. You can pop back rows without targeting with Levianeer, you can pop monster without targeting with Levianeer, you can still control the board with Plasma, you can play grindy with World Legacy Clash TTH, and Voltic is just to win the effect of Levianeer, pop 2 cards on the... Too strong, man, too strong, and it's free.
Right,
it's free.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong, this is the deck that you used to win Battle Phase 51, right?
Yes, I won the Battle Phase 51 with this.
And this deck was insane to watch in tournament. I got to see you use the Levianeer, Elemental Hero, Voltic. It was great. It was a really lot of fun to watch the deck.
I think people didn't expect at all Levianeer in the deck, so they didn't play around at all, and that was the surprise effect, and it won it all.
Yeah, literally, like, if you have access to these cards, this deck is extremely fun to play. Heroes is always like that. So, the next thing I want to go into are some of the pros and cons of heroes, right? Heroes have been around for a long time as an archetype, and they've definitely had their blaring strengths and weaknesses. So let's start with the pros, and then we'll talk about the cons.
Okay. First, I think the pros are the ability of the deck to play around back rows with Trunade, Mask Change in quick play spell, Stratos, we can pop back rows without targeting, Blast, we can pay 500 life points and bounce back 1 back rows on the end, so once per turn, it's free, so strong. And I think the second one is maybe the ability to play aggressive with high attack monster or even attack directly with Anki. I think it made its threat even bigger on the field. You know, when you get two double Anki on the field, the opponent, have to deal with one of the Anki, two of these Anki, because you can attack one, twice directly. It's so strong.
Right, yeah, and just something else to mention, Mass Change being a quick play spell card, if your hero monsters get targeted by effects, you can use Mass Change to dodge their effects and summon a hero monster from your extra deck in its place. It's really effective, and that is the bread and butter of heroes, so it's one of their biggest strengths.
Yes, you can only use it if you are hurt by traps who are not targeting your monster, like Void Trap or doesn't target, Floodgate doesn't target, and you can still use Mass Change and going for the OTK.
Yes, those are popular tech cards right now. Void Trap Hole is an extremely popular card right now, and you can dodge it if one of your Dark Hero monsters gets targeted by the effect. Mass Change into an Anki. There you have it. So those are the pros. Now let's talk about the cons of heroes. Obviously, you know, it's a new deck to the tier list, so it's definitely had its fair share of hardships. So let's name a few.
In my opinion, the first weakness of the deck is the turn 1, because if you lose the tails, you have to go for, you know, the Vision Hero wall. You cannot do much against OTK decks like Cyber Dragons, Dragonity, Black Wings, and yeah, I mean, if you lose the tails, even with grid, sometimes it's not enough, and yeah, those matchups are really. So I think the turn 1 is pretty weak for heroes. They want to go second.
Yeah, I understand that, like, and that's always kind of like a glaring weakness with these OTK style decks, right? They kind of rely on reacting to your opponent's board and what they've already established. So when heroes are going first, like you said, the Vision Hero wall where they special summon, get out 3 monsters is basically all
Arrix
they can do. You know? Yeah, Ferris, the increase in the Vion, because you really don't want to be making a play getting out one of your fusion monsters and leaving it vulnerable on the field with no protection. So, but and
maybe the best turn 1 you can have with heroes is maybe one Stratos, one Faris, one increase and one Vion on the field, and one Mass Change set, because in the opponent turn you can half the attack of one monster and dodge and bounce back one back rows with Blast. So that's pretty solid.
Yeah, Stratos is pretty powerful if you have him with Mass Change turn 1. That definitely opens you up to some more plays you wouldn't normally be able to make.
Yeah, sure.
So let's talk about some of the matchups with the other tier list decks right now. Just off the top of your head, like, I'm sure you know some matchups since you've been playing them in tournaments pretty frequently.
Yeah, play maybe one tournament a day right now. So the matchup is pretty simple. Against E-Saber, Shiranui, Dark Magician, I feel like it's maybe not free matchups, but it's okay matchups. You can go deal with back rows, because everything on Shiranui, E-Saber, and Dark Magician, like, you know, Magician Circle, Ballista Squad, Floodgate, Void Trap Hole, all these traps and Molly with effect are targeted, so you can dodge it with Mass Change. So this is your answer to all of this. Mass Change, Stratos are the answer against all the tier decks. Maybe you are gonna be struggling way more against Cyber Dragons, because, you know, Overflow doesn't target it, so it's pretty difficult to use your Mass Change in the right time. I think, like, the deck is pretty weak against the hand traps, Spear Kuribo.
Yeah, Spear Kuribo, Kite Roid.
Stopping your OTK.
Yeah, Artifact
Thunder
Varja,
Dragon, Skill Knight,
like
Light Throne. Yeah, all of these decks are playing it. So I think, yeah, maybe that's the weakness of the deck, the hand traps on these meta decks like Thunder Dragons and the others. Yeah.
Well, okay, so honestly, I am glad to see heroes back in the meta. They're sitting at tier 3 on the tier list and currently the top of the power rankings as of last week. I really hope this week they're able to maintain their popularity. So do you have any closing thoughts on Heroes? Anything you want to tell the viewers about the deck?
I just wanted to talk about the skills you can play with heroes.
Okay, sure.
Because we didn't talk about it. I think you can play Grit. It's pretty more simple. You can play Master of Fusions to bring back increase in the deck and grab another polymerization if you don't want to run 2 poly in your main deck. You can run Switch Through, basically same thing. Send back bricks like double malicious, double increase in the end to the deck to add maybe 1 Stratus or 1 mass change, something bad. So you can play See You Later. See You Later, bring back your Stratus on normal summon. You can bring back your Stratus on the end for to prepare the other turn, maybe the turn 3, and pop the back rows. So you can play maybe like 4 or 5 skills. I tested all the skills, and for me, Great Simulator and Switch Through are the best. So voilà. I just wanted to tell people that's the best skill to use with the heroes at the moment. Maybe this will change, but we'll see. Right now, this is the best skill to use.
Well, I am definitely interested to see how heroes stack up going into the new meta, or at least the new card pool that we're gonna have as of tomorrow. So thank you, Arrix, for filling me in on heroes. You know, it's always it's always glad to hear from someone else in the community. A little background information: if you guys don't know, Arrix hosted the first tournament that I won, and funny enough, I won it with heroes. And then last week, Arrix won my tournament with heroes. So just a little fun fact there. So thanks, man. Thanks for you for coming on the show. It was great to hear from you.
Thanks for having me.
And I hope to see you collab more with heroes, man.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Peace out, guys. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Hit up the Discord in the descriptions if you want to ask us any questions about heroes or anything else, Duel Links, and let us know in the comments what you think about heroes, if they'll continue to be strong or if they'll fall off. So peace out, guys. See you in the next video.